Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and we are back with yet another menu book in the series. So we're up to menu book number 27, in which we are probably going to be heading off to America for a collection of Chevrolets. However, we have already acquired one of the Chevrolets, the Corvette convertible C369, which is absolutely gorgeous. I can't remember exactly how I acquired this. I certainly didn't buy it, but I think I must have got it on a roulette ticket or some other method. Either way, we are only going to need to do 2 of the 3 races on this occasion. So I am going to cheat you of 1 race, for which I apologize. So let's head over to the World Circuits. As I said, I assume we're going to be heading to America. Yes, we are. So we've got 2 races. We've got the special stage route X that we unlocked recently. Looks like a very straightforward track. And the Daytona International Speedway. So let's head off to the Route X. It looks like we are going to be running up against a Corvette and a Focus RS, also a GT40 and another Focus. So we're definitely going to want to change out of the truck. And I think I'm going to go for, oh yeah, it's got to be the Ford GT, hasn't it? Has to be. We haven't run this car before, so I'm going to pop across and buy the medium racing tyres and we'll drop them on the car. Medium should be fine. I could have got the softs as well, but I think we're okay with those for the moment. And we'll go ahead and enter the race, which looks like it's a very fast drag down to a long right-hand curve and then down another long straight to another long right-hand curve. So not overly technical, but I think this is going to be slipstreaming, drafting, and just trying to get through this one as quickly as we can. So we're starting in 12th position. Again, I'm going for first, already catching up with this Corvette super quickly. And we're just going to pull in behind the next car. Is that a Mustang? No, it's a Viper. It's hard to tell what they are. We're approaching these so quickly. So 5th gear, just foot flat to the floor. That's going past the GT, staying out to the right for these cars that we are overtaking so quickly. This car is so much more powerful than everything else around us. So much quicker. I mean, we're up into 5th place already. 3rd place. It looks like the 2nd and 1st place are way down the road, 6 seconds ahead, but we are catching them very quickly. Up into 6th gear by this point, 203 miles an hour, just keeping in the middle of the track to stay out of trouble. I have got to, slight wobble there, just keep it straight. Yeah, just don't want to be moving the steering wheel around too much. We can see the other 2 cars now, catching them very quickly. Hopefully we'll get them before the turn. 1.6 seconds ahead. Looks like Sammy's doing an overtake. I think I'm going to go out to the right of the red one. That looks like another Viper, picking up the slipstream of the car in front. And we'll go to the right of that one. And now I need to start thinking about this turn. Can we hit this turn flat out at now 222, 221 miles an hour in 6th gear? Or are we going to need to back off? Is it banked? How tight is it? I'm just going to come across to the right hand side. Okay, so it's a bank curve. I'm going to stay up on the top of the banking. Just keeping my foot flat to the floor at the moment. Just being careful that we don't run too high and into the barrier. That could, at this speed, be disastrous. Although we are just trying to have a quick look when I go around this corner. 3 seconds ahead, so we've got a bit of a margin. But a crash at this speed is going to be monumental. Okay, just think about how we're going to come back off this curve. Okay, that's nice. I'm just going to drift back into the middle and just keep our foot buried to the floor. 4 seconds ahead, just looking behind, masses and masses of room, nothing to worry about other than the next corner. Now I'm going to make an assumption that there's going to be another banked curve. All in all, this one is ever so slightly boring. I guess if you got a more evenly matched car and you were having to slipstream and really work your way through these cars, it might be a little bit more interesting. But even now, with no slipstream, we are still pulling away from the cars behind. I'm not sure if they're drafting or bump drafting. They really need to be bump drafting to catch up with me, but at the moment that is not happening. I have got a video about bump drafting. If you are struggling to do this and you need to bump draft to catch up the cars in front, then please check that video out. It is a great technique, and a technique you really need to have in your arsenal when you are running tracks like this. But for the moment, I'm just going to negotiate this huge long tunnel. We can get blinded as we come out into the sunlight. It's not too bad. We're not actually right on top of the corner, which is good. Completely lost my train of thought what I was talking about after racing. Sorry about that. 8.3 seconds ahead. Yeah, no worries at all in this. This car's so quick. Yeah, bump drafting. If you want to go and look at that video, please do so. It's a very useful technique to have. And I learnt that from Rory Alexander when I was watching one of his videos where he was at the Le Mans circuit for one of the daily challenges. I learnt about putting hazard lights on to say, come on, give me a nudge, and then just to see just how effective that is. So just coming into this bank section, nothing again to worry about, just keeping the accelerator planted. We're pretty much stuck at 218 miles an hour. Still pulling away slightly, and as we come off this bank curve, I will let it just drift over into the middle. There we go. And we're going to go underneath the next tunnel. So a quick look, coming up for 11 seconds ahead, and there we go. Finishing line actually in the tunnel. Oh, that car looks absolutely gorgeous. I do love that Ford GT. I am so pleased that I have not only won that car, but also getting to use it. Clean race bonus as expected. If you don't get a clean race bonus on that, you're a numpty. Quite frankly, there's so much room to overtake. And we get that Corvette C7 2014 in yellow. Quite like that in yellow. Looks all right. Yeah, you should be able to get a clean race on that one without any worries at all. That is probably one of the most boring races on the whole of the game, in my opinion. So we'll now head off to Daytona and hopefully a slightly more interesting race. We got some significant challenges here, not least that sort of double chicane, almost like the bus stop at Monte Carlo. That's a particular little complex that you need to be very, very much aware of. But we're looking for third place or higher as usual. We're immediately going into this tight little complex, so thinking about braking zones, but also being careful not to run into the back of these cars. I would like to keep this clean if we can, so I'm just going to back out of that one a little bit wide. I'm not quite sure where this Mustang is going. It's not leaving me a lot of room to overtake at the moment. We're nearly on the grass there. Take this up the inside. Being careful not to run into the back of the Corvette. I thought about going around the left-hand side, but right is better. I am beginning to learn not to make stupid moves in the middle of corners now. You can lose a lot of time and you can get yourself into a lot of bother, and it's something that I am working on greatly before we go online racing real human beings that are going to be offended by some of the moves that I have pulled against these AI cars in the early part of this game. So we're up to 9th, a couple of nice easy moves through there. Oh, crikey, where am I going? Got a lot of steering there off to the left. Thought I was going to put that round then. Okay, so back to where we are. Back up on this banking. Going to stay high around these two. We've got two cars together, so we can either go to the... I'm going to go to the... No, I'm going to left. I was going to go right, and it looked like that was closing up. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, did not slow down for that. Totally unsighted. Again, racecraft. I've let myself down yet again, including German. You've got to pick when you decide to overtake. I've got 4 laps and I'm already up into 6th place. I've got 2 cars as we're going into the complex that I said we needed to be careful with. And I was more interested in overtaking the cars than making the turn. I almost feel, where am I going now? I'm losing the plot here, guys. Absolutely losing plot. I don't even know what I hit there. I don't know why that went round. I don't know what I hit. Yeah. Just coming back to what I was saying, you need to pick your overtaking points, but also be very minded of where you are on the track. I should have slowed it down, followed those 2 cars through that, I'm going to call it a bus stop, but through that little bus stop, and then I would have been away. I'd have probably been up into 1st, or at least challenging the leaders at this point. Instead, I'm floundering around like a stupid idiot in 4th place, and even, I don't know what I did there, to stick it into the wall. It was like I just hit a wall of air. Most strange. Anyway, let's get back to the racing. Just gone a little bit deep there whilst I'm talking. Yeah, just I don't know. Was it a bug? Was it a glitch? Who knows? Don't care. Let's just get on with this race. So we're up into 3rd, 4th gear. Just going to think very carefully now about the bus stop where I'm braking. So we've got the 3, 2, 1 badges up, all the boards up in the fence. Completely missed those the first time when I was coming through, and just feeling my way through there. So long as you can get the car slowed down, you can actually carry a fair amount of speed through there and get a good exit, which is all important, because if you can get speed out of that complex, you're carrying that speed all the way around that corner, all the way down. It's not quite as straight for this area now. You get it slowed down and lost it again under braking, and again hit whatever that thing is. So I need going wide again. I need to be braking this car in a straight line. If you've at that speed, if you haven't got the steering wheel straight, you are going off. So not best pleased. That's 2 big accidents that in real life would have ended my race for sure. So I shouldn't even be carrying on. And it is, in some respects, one of the things I don't like about Gran Turismo is that it calls itself the real. Let's just try and get around this car. Where are you going? Okay, we'll do you on the right hand side. All sorts of weird braking going on through there. It calls itself the real. Let's just get around here. It calls itself the real driving simulator. But if you were to have accidents like that in the real world, you would be out. So why does this game not pick up that you've had a massive crash and that you are out, and it stops the game? Why does it enable you to keep running? I have never understood it. Okay, braking at the 3rd marker board. That was a little bit early. Just, take it over the curb here, over the inside of the curb, and again here, and then get a nice run out to the line. So on lap 3 or 4, yeah, I think that if you have a heavy accident and the physics within the game picks up that it's a hard enough crash, you should be out. In particular, doing these menu bit challenges, you should be out. You shouldn't be able to keep running. You wouldn't be able to in real life. If this is the real driving simulator, you should be out. Let me know what you think in the comments. It may well be a discussion that I might take to the Reddit forums, depending on your comments. But my vote would be I should not be running now. I should have had to have come out of here and to have reset. Alas, we are continuing, going a little bit deep there whilst I'm continuing to talk, so my mind isn't fully on racing and driving the way that it should be. I'm missing one or two braking zones. But my mind was wandering. We're so far out in front, 11, nearly 12 seconds ahead. Should do more talking and just thinking about how the game shouldn't be allowing me to finish, and I've had two crazy crashes like that. So we're going to come around onto the banked curve again, a little bit untidy just as we're getting the power down. This has not been a very tidy race at all. We are going to meet the challenge, but yeah, I'm not overly happy with my performance here. So I'm going to brake on the I broke on the 3 again. Maybe I should have applied the brakes halfway between the 3 and the 2, or maybe even on the 200 meter board. But we get a nice exit there, and we're just going to come around this last bend to take the checkered flag in a moment, and a not well-deserved win. Not deserved by any stretch of the imagination. That was pretty terrible. Pretty terrible. Well, brakes going on that GT. So 20 seconds ahead, but yeah, not at all happy. Not at all happy. No clean race bonus. No surprise. That is the only punishment for stuffing it into the wall. We still get our car, so that's all 3 collected, and a little bit deflated. Not happy with that performance one iota. Not one tiny little bit. I do love the Ford GT. It's a beautiful looking car. Just going to enjoy this just for a moment or two, and let's just come back and look at the rear view. Actually looked pretty nice inside, to be honest. This is where I'm beginning to wish that I got the new virtual reality. I did buy the first virtual reality, and you could only do a little bit. The new virtual reality looks absolutely stunning, and all parts of the game except split screen. Obviously you're racing inside the car, which is a view that I happen to like, I have to say. I don't often use that view, particularly when I'm recording for the channel. But the virtual reality is something that stays very much on my wish list. I'd like to get a new rig, and also a direct drive steering wheel, although the G29 that I use is absolutely brilliant. So did I make this move? Oh, slight nudge on the Viper. That's why I went round. I didn't realise. I thought it was getting the power down. I actually caught the front of the Viper as we were going through there. So again, my spatial awareness is letting me down a little bit when I'm overtaking. That was almost a Mitchell Morgan move. And this was where I just completely threw it off the track. I mean, crikey, just didn't even slow down for that corner. My mind was on the cars I was overtaking, not where I was on the track. Schoolboy error, and gave a Mustang a clout on the way through for good measure. But yeah, total schoolboy error. Need to pick my overtakes so much better. So much better. I'm enjoying this one. Enjoying watching this little replay. It'd be nice if we got the TV angle to actually look at the GT a little bit more, but so was this when I went off down here? Oh, got it, lost it under braking, and yeah, you hit thin air there. You hit thin air. There's nothing there to hit. What on earth? I think I've just found a bug. I think I've just found a bug. Oh, my GT is looking very, very sorry for itself. Some nasty marks on the back. I mean, the front's completely stoved in, but oh, yeah. Oh, we've got the evening is drawing in. Yeah, we've got a nice sunset going on. Let's just watch this for a little bit longer. So it was quite an eventful race, mostly because of my stupidity, my reckless driving, and a number of silly mistakes. And I think we might be out front now. I can't remember. If we're not, the other cars are way ahead of us. So switching to the external view now, it's much better. Oh, that looks gorgeous, this car. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this Ford GT. A little bit squirrely through the through that little bus stop. Nice exit out to the wall. Let me just come down towards the bottom of the track. We've got the Viper ahead of us, picking up a slipstream at this point. Coming up the inside. Oh, it's a nice overtake. Yeah, we lost it there, and again, just there's a wall that isn't a wall there. You could see it that time where it hit it with the side of the car. That's definitely a bug. Definitely bug. But loving this car. For me, I think it's up there with one of the most beautiful cars ever produced. I absolutely adore this Ford GT. The other car that I absolutely adore is the Ford Mustang, the Eleanor, that features in the film Gone in 60 Seconds. Absolutely adore that car as well. Not overly great to drive, I don't think, these big American muscle cars, but yeah, this Ford GT looks absolutely gorgeous. So we'll just come out of there now, and yeah, it looks like we found a bug in the program where we're hitting the wall pretty hard. So we'll come out of there, we'll go back to the cafe, and we'll see what Luca has in store for us. So those are our 3 Chevrolets that we have collected. A Ford GT outside in the car park. And I think we get a roulette ticket for doing this one. Yeah, there we go. 4-star roulette tickets. And then Luca is just going to take us through a little bit about the cars. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you are back and following me and you've already subscribed, thank you ever so much for supporting the channel. It's a new channel that I'm trying to build. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you want more of these types of videos, then please hit the bell button for notifications of when I release new videos. In the meantime, we're going to be heading off to menu book number 28 next. And I think I'm going to be doing 28, 29 and 30 all in one video. First of all, we've got to get a wide body American car, which I imagine would be fairly quick. So please join me for that. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.